the air hung heavy with the scent of freshly cut grass. Birds twittered merrily in the lush trees lining the pristine streets of Sunnyvale. White picket fences gleamed under the warm summer sun. Children's laughter echoed through the manicured lawns, their carefree joy a testament to the tranquility that cloaked this idyllic neighborhood. Sunnyvale was the epitome of suburban bliss, a sanctuary where life unfolded at a leisurely pace, far removed from the chaos of the city. Beneath this veneer of peace, a storm was brewing, a sinister secret poised to shatter the peaceful facade. One fateful night, a fire erupted, engulfing the tranquil neighborhood in a horrifying spectacle. Flames danced wildly, casting an eerie glow upon the terrified faces of residents who watched in disbelief. The air, once sweet with the scent of blooming flowers, now reeked of smoke and ash. This inferno, a cruel mockery of Sunnyvale's peaceful existence, would unearth a truth so shocking, so sinister, that it would forever taint the neighborhood's idyllic image.
The flames consumed the home of the Peterson family, their happy memories turning to ashes before their eyes. But amidst the chaos, a hero emerged. Kimmy Dale, a resident known for her kind heart and unwavering helpfulness, bravely rushed into the burning house, saving young Timmy Peterson from the inferno. Hailed as a beacon of courage and selflessness, Kimmy became Sunnyvale's darling, her name whispered with reverence and gratitude. Little did they know, the hero they lauded harbored a dark secret, a truth that lay hidden beneath her carefully constructed facade. Kimmy Dale was Sunnyvale's golden girl. Her infectious laughter and bright smile could light up a room. She was the perfect neighbor, always ready with a helping hand and a warm plate of cookies. Her life was an open book, filled with acts of charity and kindness. She volunteered at the local soup kitchen, organized fundraising events for the community center, and was a constant source of support for her elderly neighbors. Kimmy was the embodiment of everything good and pure in Sunnyvale, a shining example of the values they held dear. But beneath this polished exterior, a darkness festered. Unknown to the adoring community, Kimmy harbored a deep-seated resentment, a festering wound that stemmed from her relationship with her sister Karen.
Their childhood home had been a battleground, their relationship a constant tug-of-war for attention and affection. Kimmy, with her radiant smile and effortless charm, had always captivated their parents. She excelled in school, effortlessly made friends, and was the apple of their eye. Karen, on the other hand, was introverted and struggled to find her place. She felt invisible, her achievements pale in comparison to Kimmy's dazzling successes. Each praise showered upon Kimmy felt like a dagger to Karen's heart, fueling the resentment that simmered within her. As they grew older, the chasm between them widened. Kimmy's life blossomed, filled with love, success, and the adoration of their community. Karen, however, remained trapped in the shadows, her bitterness festering with each passing day. She watched from the sidelines as Kimmy basked in the sunlight of their parents' love, her own heart growing increasingly cold and hardened. This resentment, a toxic seed planted in their childhood, would eventually bloom into a sinister plan, a web of deceit spun with the sole purpose of destroying the life that Kimmy had so carefully constructed. Karen, consumed by envy and driven by a thirst for revenge, decided to take matters into her own hands. She meticulously crafted a plan to usurp Kimmy's life, to steal the happiness and recognition that she believed was rightfully hers. The years of bottled-up resentment had warped her perception, blinding her to the consequences of her actions. She was no longer the timid, withdrawn girl who lived in Kimmy's shadow. She was now a woman possessed, driven by a dark obsession to claim what she believed was stolen from her. Karen's plan was a masterpiece of manipulation. a carefully woven tapestry of lies and deceit. She started subtly, planting seeds of doubt about Kimmy in the minds of their neighbours. Anonymous letters hinting at financial impropriety in Kimmy's charity work began circulating through Sunnyvale. Whispers of infidelity and secret vices spread like wildfire, casting a shadow over Kimmy's carefully cultivated image. Karen, hiding behind a veil of anonymity, watched with grim satisfaction as Kimmy's perfect world began to crumble. She revelled in the growing unease, the suspicion that now clouded the eyes of those who had once adored her sister. With each passing day, Karen tightened the noose, feeding the rumour mill with fabricated stories and carefully orchestrated incidents designed to further tarnish Kimmy's reputation. The once unwavering trust that Sunnyvale had placed in Kimmy began to waver. Doubt crept into their hearts, fueled by Karen's insidious whispers. The community, so quick to elevate Kimmy to hero status, was just as quick to tear her down. They turned their backs on her, their judgment swift and merciless. Karen, observing from the shadows, felt a surge of vindictive pleasure. She had successfully planted the seeds of doubt, watching with cold detachment as they grew into a monstrous vine, slowly choking the life out of her sister's carefully constructed facade.
The whispers escalated into accusations, the doubts solidified into concrete allegations. Kimmy, bewildered and hurt by the sudden shift in the community's attitude, found herself on the defensive, fighting to prove her innocence against an unseen enemy. Her denials fell on deaf ears, her pleas for understanding drowned out by the chorus of condemnation. The web of deceit that Karen had so meticulously woven had ensnared Kimmy, trapping her in a nightmare of her sister's making. As the accusations mounted, the police launched an investigation into Kimmy's affairs. The evidence planted by Karen with meticulous precision painted a damning picture. Financial records were doctored, personal belongings strategically placed to suggest illicit activities, and false witnesses coached to deliver fabricated testimonies. The truth, buried under an avalanche of carefully orchestrated lies, became increasingly elusive. The investigation culminated in a shocking revelation that sent shockwaves through Sunnyvale. Kimmy Dale, the town's beloved hero, was arrested for embezzlement, fraud, and arson. The community watched in stunned silence as their golden girl, their beacon of hope, was led away in handcuffs. Karen, observing from the shadows, allowed herself a rare smile, a chilling expression of triumph that spoke volumes about the depth of her depravity.
Kimmy's arrest sent shockwaves through Sunnyvale, the idyllic facade of the community crumbling under the weight of the revelation. The once adoring neighbors, their judgments fueled by Karen's insidious whispers, now regarded Kimmy with suspicion and disdain. They turned their backs on her, their betrayal cutting deeper than any accusation. The hero they had so readily embraced was now a pariah, condemned without a fair trial, her reputation irrevocably tarnished. In the solitude of her jail cell, stripped of her freedom and the adoration of her community, Kimmy finally began to see the truth. The pieces of the puzzle fell into place, revealing the depth of Karen's betrayal. The anonymous letters, the carefully planted evidence, the sudden shift in the community's attitude, all pointed to a single culprit, her own sister. The realization hit her like a physical blow, the pain of betrayal amplified by the knowledge that the person she had loved and trusted the most had orchestrated her downfall. The world she had known, the life she had built lay shattered, the fragments of her dreams scattered at her feet. Despair threatened to consume her, but a flicker of defiance ignited within her. She would not allow Karen to break her. She would fight to clear her name, to expose the truth, and to reclaim the life that had been stolen from her.
Kimmy's lawyer, a seasoned veteran of the legal system, was a beacon of hope in her darkest hour. He listened patiently as she recounted her story, his keen eyes missing nothing. He saw the genuine anguish in her eyes, the unwavering belief in her innocence. He recognized the intricate web of lies that had been spun around her, the meticulous precision with which the evidence had been fabricated. The evidence against Kimmy was formidable, a mountain of carefully constructed lies designed to bury her under its weight. But her lawyer, a man who believed in justice above all else, refused to be swayed by appearances. He knew that the truth, however deeply buried, would eventually surface. He embarked on a relentless pursuit of justice, meticulously dissecting the evidence, searching for the cracks in Karen's carefully constructed facade. He interviewed witnesses, scrutinized financial records, and unearthed inconsistencies that chipped away at the prosecution's case. Slowly, painstakingly, he began to unravel the truth, revealing the intricate web of deceit that Karen had woven. Each inconsistency, each discrepancy, was a thread pulled loose, weakening the fabric of lies that held Kimmy captive. The fight for justice was arduous, a grueling uphill battle against a formidable opponent. But her lawyer, fueled by an unwavering belief in Kimmy's innocence, refused to yield.
Karen, her carefully constructed facade crumbling around her, was forced to confess. She admitted to the years of festering resentment, the envy that had consumed her, and the meticulous planning that had gone into destroying her sister's life.
The trial was a media spectacle, the courtroom packed with reporters and curious onlookers eager to witness the downfall of Sunnyvale's fallen angel. The prosecution, armed with a mountain of fabricated evidence, presented a compelling case, painting Kimmy as a cunning and manipulative criminal who had preyed on the trust of her community. The jury, swayed by the weight of the evidence and the relentless media coverage, seemed poised to deliver a guilty verdict. But then, a dramatic twist. Kimmy's lawyer, in a brilliant display of legal maneuvering, unveiled the truth. He presented irrefutable evidence that pointed to Karen as the mastermind behind the elaborate scheme. He exposed the financial discrepancies, the inconsistencies in witness testimonies, and the carefully planted evidence that linked Karen to the crimes. The courtroom erupted in gasps, the shock palpable as the truth finally came to light. The jury, their eyes open to the truth, looked upon Karen with disgust and condemnation. The hero they had falsely accused, the woman they had so readily condemned, was now the victim, her life shattered by the betrayal of her own flesh and blood.
The courtroom fell silent as the jury delivered their verdict. Not guilty. The words echoed through the room, a resounding declaration of Kimmy's innocence. Relief washed over her, tears streaming down her face as the weight of the false accusations lifted from her shoulders. The nightmare was finally over. The truth had prevailed and her name had been cleared. Justice, though long delayed, had finally been served. Karen, her face a mask of defeat and despair, was found guilty on all charges. The judge, his voice heavy with disappointment and condemnation, sentenced her to a lengthy prison term. The community, their faces etched with shame and remorse, watched as the woman they had once hailed as a hero was led away in handcuffs, her dreams of revenge replaced by the harsh reality of her crimes. The courtroom emptied, leaving behind a heavy silence, the echoes of the trial lingering in the air. Kimmy, her spirit bruised but not broken, emerged from the courthouse into the blinding sunlight. The world outside was a stark contrast to the cold confines of the courtroom, a reminder that life, despite its cruel twists and turns, went on. She had endured the unimaginable, her life torn apart by the betrayal of her own sister, but she had emerged from the ordeal stronger, her spirit tempered by the fires of adversity.
The story of the Sinister Sisters is a chilling reminder of the destructive power of envy, and the devastating consequences of betrayal. It is a cautionary tale that unveils the dark undercurrents that can lurk beneath the surface of seemingly idyllic communities. A reminder that even in the most peaceful of settings, darkness can take root and flourish. It highlights the fragility of trust, the ease with which suspicion can poison hearts and minds, and the devastating impact of judging others without seeking the truth. The tale of Kimmy and Karen serves as a potent reminder that appearances can be deceiving, that beneath the veneer of perfection, darkness can fester. It underscores the importance of forgiveness, the healing power of compassion, and the enduring strength of the human spirit in the face of adversity. The scars of betrayal may linger, but the human capacity for love, resilience, and hope can ultimately triumph over the darkest of shadows. The story of the Sinister Sisters is a haunting reminder that darkness can reside even in the brightest of places. It is a tale that stays with you long after the last page is turned, a chilling testament to the enduring power of truth and the consequences of succumbing to the destructive forces of envy and deceit.